Most people use AI for captions. I used it to grow my business from $12,000 a month to $120,000 a month in just under a year. And no, I'm not an internet startup. I'm not an AI sales business. I'm not selling courses. I'm a brick and mortar service-based business with in-person clients, daily chaos, schedule juggling, all of it. And the biggest change that I made was leveraging AI for business insights and not using it for chat and not using it like a toy. And if any of this interests you, let's dive in. In this video, I'm going to show you how I run my entire business solo with AI, the proof, the systems, and how long it took. So let's dive in. So what if one person could do the work of a whole team? That's what I'm realizing over my several months of using AI in my business. And I am just blown away by the possibilities. And I really wanted to share that with you guys because I know there are a lot of other solopreneurs and small business owners out there who want to use AI, but they're not really sure exactly how, or they don't know the power that it has in helping them scale their business and helping them become more profitable. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jacqueline. I'm a registered nurse, I'm a business owner, and I am not an AI expert. Although I started using ChatGPT a couple of years ago, and I was using it the same way everybody else does, asking it questions, asking it to help me write some Facebook posts and things like that. And lately, I have become obsessed because as the AI tools get bigger and better and more powerful, it has just become so apparent to me that you can use AI to completely change your business, to completely scale your business. And so that's what I hope that you take away from this video. So I used to be busy with busy work. I was just like a hamster on a wheel. I was chasing tasks constantly. And I think the biggest issue for me was that I felt like I didn't really have any clear understanding of what was going on with my business and what my insights were, what my finances were. You know, I felt like I didn't know how profitable certain services were and whether I was doing the right thing by creating this type of package or this type of bundle. And so it just made me insane, but I'm not a numbers person and I hate the bookkeeping and I hate talking to my accountant. Don't tell them I said that, but I just don't like the numbers. That's not how my brain works. And so I just felt like I had no clue what was going on and I would make decisions just out of thin air. It felt like I didn't have any kind of insight into why I should make this decision or that decision. And so that just kind of burned me out. And it led to a lot of wrong decisions, a lot of wasted time and wasted money. Now I feel like having incorporated AI into my business, I have so much clarity and it just helps me to move the needle exponentially in my business. So this was me in 2025, exactly a year ago. Today is June 15th. And so this was me in 2025. In June, I made $12,000, almost $13,000 in the month of June. I was still working another job because even though I had this business, I wasn't making enough money consistently to be able to just do this only. And so I was relying on my other job to help finance what I was doing in my business because I believed in what I was doing and I love to help people, but it wasn't consistent enough. And so I was working solo, I was wearing all the hats, and I was drowning because I was working probably 40 to 60 hours a week trying to get my business where I felt like it could be. I was barely making any money and I really wasn't sure how to fix it because I just was so busy working the other job and working in the business, and I just didn't have time or the clarity to be able to dig into all of the details. And that's where AI came in and really helped me turn it around. So this is me today. Can't even believe it, but This is from June 1st to June 15th. We are on track to do 120,000 this month. And that's crazy. 10x my business in less than a year. And I'm going to unpack some of the ideas and the AI methods that I used in order to get there. So what changed? My tool stack changed. It's just me and AI. And I don't have a team. I don't have an agency that's helping me. It's just me. And I use Claude. I use still ChatGPT sometimes, and I use OpenClaw, and I utilize the other software packages from my business to kind of pull data out of them in order to make decisions. How it actually works. I have one system and 3 engines. And what that looks like is this. Started out with follow-up CRM retention, generating automated reminders for my clients about their appointments so that they didn't cancel and we didn't have lost money out the door that way, about rebooking so that I would get them to come back. It helped me to figure out which clients were high intent. They had a good experience and they seemed like they would want to rebook again. So it helped me to kind of identify which people those were so that I could focus on them. And it helped me to win back people who maybe would have otherwise fallen through the cracks. So somebody that came in one time and said that they were going to do a package or do a treatment plan and then they didn't. It would help me follow up with all of those people to win them back. And then we started to implement systems like standard operating procedures and automations that helped us with onboarding clients, making sure that all of our paperwork was neat and tidy, and I wasn't having to give them forms to fill out and chasing forms. This was huge. The offer creation was massive. That was a massive unlock because in the past, if I was slow, I was trying to create appointments, trying to bring in clients, but I was doing it in a way that was just so haphazard that I was creating packages that didn't make sense financially and was not sustainable. And so now I use AI to help me figure out whether an offer makes sense and whether it is sustainable and whether it has healthy profit margins. And so that has been enormous for me. It also helps us to generate reviews from our clients, and it helps us to respond to those reviews. And then this one in particular, the marketing insights, that one is just blowing my mind because, like I said, I'm not a numbers person. So anytime I would look at Facebook analytics and I would look at that screen and my head would explode. I didn't have the energy to dissect it all. So AI helps me to analyze our marketing data, helps me to figure out exactly what's working and to make decisions based on that. Help me to figure out, do I need to kill this ad completely, or do I need to just create new images for it, or should I scale it? All of that has been hugely helpful. I don't necessarily need to know all the back end data. I just want to know what to do about it, and so that I'm making the right decision. And that has been huge. And I do believe that 3-system engine has been the reason that we have 10x'd in the last, it's actually been about maybe 7 or 8 months that we started 10xing. So it's just crazy. Now AI does all the busy work for me and I don't have to do 120 tasks. These are some of the stats from my system. So I have a tech stack that does about 120 tasks that are automated for me every week. Saves me about 3.5 hours. And I have multiple systems that are running 24/7. I actually have time off now to enjoy my life again. And that's been probably the biggest reward, honestly. Now there are no leads that fall through the cracks. I'm not forgetting to text people. I'm not texting people at 10 o'clock at night. We have a 94% rebook rate that is running on autopilot. And every reminder goes out. We rebook the clients consistently, win back the clients who maybe fell through the cracks previously or maybe weren't so satisfied. and all of that just fires automatically while I'm sleeping. So now I'm able to stay completely booked, and that's the standard. So I stopped doing all of that busy work and I just started running the systems. That has been the biggest shift. That's been the biggest unlock to 10xing the business in such a short period of time. I hope this was encouraging to anyone. If you are a solopreneur or a small business owner and you want to use AI, but you're not sure, or you're a little intimidated, or you're just confused by all the different stuff that's out there, I encourage you to subscribe and follow along, because I'm going to be doing this constantly on the channel. I'm going to be showing you the tools that I use and showing you the systems that I'm building, and it's easier than you think. I'm nothing special. If I can do it, you can do it. So if any of that is interesting to you and you want to follow along and learn more about how you can use AI to impact your business, then hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and stay tuned for more videos on AI for solopreneurs and small business owners.